All right, hey you guys, this is Cobra Awesome, and today I'm going to be doing a rant about Christmas. Yes, that's right, Christmas. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into this video. I just want to say one thing before I start this video here. I just want to say that I do not hate Christmas, so don't think that. I still enjoy the holidays, but I used to love Christmas a lot as a kid, and I'm gonna explain everything. Okay, I just want you guys to know that I do not hate the holidays, so I don't want you guys to think that I hate it based on this video that I'm about to do. Okay, I'm just letting you know. All right, so yeah, so Christmas used to be a lot of fun as a kid back then. I used to look forward to it every year. I used to get excited. I was always curious of what gifts I got. I used to believe that Santa Claus is real, all that good stuff, right? Used to spend time with family. We gathered together, we had dinner. After that, we take turns open up gifts. It used to be very, very, very fun and spectacular. Like Christmas used to be something back then as a kid, especially if you guys grew up in the 90s and early 2000s. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But unfortunately, in my opinion, nowadays, Christmas just doesn't feel the same anymore. It doesn't feel the same. Like now as an adult, like it just feels so different. Um it feels less exciting. Um you know, you go to work and you got to pay your bills, and so the last time the last time I celebrated Christmas um was like back in 2013 through 2014, right? And the last like Christmas gift I got from my mom was my Wii U, as you could see right here that I'm using right now, still to this day, right? I had it for all these years, and then 2014, like the actual last time I celebrated Christmas with my family, um, I celebrated with my stepmom, my dad, and my brothers, and that was it. And then the next year, my my dad he was telling me some things about Christmas, and he told me like the truth. He was like, it's a pagan holiday, it's evil, and he was saying about the Christmas tree and stuff like that. Because you know I grew up um, in a very strict Christian household, um, so yeah, so he was like, you know, since it's a pagan holiday, we no longer celebrate Christmas anymore. So nowadays, like when I'm around my parents, like my stepmom, my dad, you know, when it's the morning, like any holiday, like when it's the morning, like for example, Christmas, I would, sorry, I would say like, I would just say hi. I want to say like, you know, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, like as I used to back then. Like back then as a kid, I used to say it all the time, like, you know, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, and you know what I mean? But I can't say it to them anymore because they don't celebrate it anymore. I mean, I could say that to my mom, my real mom, but I can't say it to both my stepmom and my dad. I can't do it anymore because they don't celebrate it. Um, I mean, yeah, sure, they cook some food, and but not a lot like as back then. Cause like back then, my parents they used to cook up a lot of food, and my grandparents would come over, my aunt and my cousin, and we had this like big family table, and we would gather together and have this food, and then eat, and then open up the gifts. You know, but nowadays that's not even a thing. It's not even a thing anymore. And what what makes Christmas like kind of suck nowadays um is with television, like with Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, you know, the kids channels, Disney Channel, like all that stuff. Like back then, they used to take the holidays very, very seriously, especially Cartoon Network. Like if you guys remember growing up with Cartoon Network during, the 90s and early 2000s, they always had like they always had like a Christmas special. It was like 24 hours of nonstop like Christmas specials of your favorite cartoon characters celebrating Christmas. Like you'll see the bumpers, you'll see the promos, and it was like very exciting and interesting. But nowadays, they just don't do those kind of things anymore, which is really sad, which is very, 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 very sad. And the thing is, like nowadays with Christmas, like things are expensive now, especially like with game systems like the Nintendo Switch 2, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox. Like I'm sure like some parents are not going to be able to afford this kind of like thing for their kids, which is really, really sad. And um and the video game industry, like Nintendo, Sony, especially Nintendo, like they're being so greedy with their new system now, since April, like after that Nintendo Direct presentation for the Switch 2. So things are expensive right now, and these kids, they want these things, but their parents gotta just like tell them no, like they can't afford it and stuff like that. I mean, there are some parents that can afford it, and then there are some that cannot afford it because of how expensive it is. So so like back then, like as a kid growing up, like with Christmas and stuff like that, like I used to ask for games all the time, and I would get that, and then sometimes I would get like clothes and toys and stuff like that, and I would watch the Christmas movies like Home Alone, Elf, The Polar Express, to get ready for the holidays. And then back then when I was in school, we had like a Christmas party where all the kids and their parents would like bring over like food, like a dish, like fried chicken or pasta, and we would like gather together and eat, and then we would watch like a Christmas movie. Like back then it was something special about Christmas, man. um like Christmas used to be like a great holiday as a kid. But nowadays, like as an adult, like it just it kind of sucks in my honest opinion. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, like I do not hate this holiday, but it's just it doesn't feel the same anymore. Like it just feels so different, like the holidays and stuff. um I mean, I still enjoy like the Christmas songs, like the classic ones, like what Andy Williams, is the most wonderful time of the year. I still enjoy that, and I will listen to it from time to time whenever I feel like it. But this year, I'm just not feeling the Christmas vibe. It's probably because of what have been through, this year. Because I made a video talking about 2025 being a rough year for me, so maybe that's why I'm not feeling it this year, and I still feel like drained and bummed out from this year of what I had to go through, and I'm still recovering from that, which will take time. But um, Christmas, Christmas, as I said, used to be a lot of fun as a kid back then, and I'm sure many of you guys will agree with me on like what I'm saying right now. But as I said, I do not hate the holidays. Don't think that. But Christmas used to be fun back then as a kid with all of this great stuff. But nowadays, it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same. Um, yeah, and I miss being a kid. During that times, those years, like I used to believe Santa Claus was real, and then my dad told me the real truth that Santa Claus is not real, which broke my heart at the time. Um, but Christmas used to be so magical. Waking up early in the morning, seeing the presents under the tree, listening to Christmas music, watching the movies, watching like Cartoon Network, the Christmas special stuff. all that stuff was good, you know. And not to mention, like, let's not forget, like, 2017 was a bad year for Cartoon Network because they aired Teen Titans Go to death. And even during the holiday season, they marathon Teen Titans Go from Christmas Eve all the way until New Year's Day 2018. So yeah, so Christmas sucks nowadays. It really does. It just doesn't feel the same. So that's my rant. That's my rant about Christmas. So so I want you guys to post a comment down below. And do you guys still enjoy the holidays as an adult? Do you miss Christmas as a kid? What was your memories with Christmas as a kid? And what do you used to do back then as a kid for the holidays? I want to know all about it in the comments. But yeah, so be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Um, Happy holidays, because Christmas is next week. Happy holidays, and I hope you have a great Christmas, I guess. All right, take care, guys. Bye.